don't know what they is. Exactly. So you weren't there. So you have to have faith. You have that right. You have to have faith.
Believe in Darwin.
But hold on. You just said. All right, the treatment of animals, I agree with you, because I've seen a lot of, specials and stuff. The treatments of animals is brutal. They shouldn't be doing that. The Bible teaches against that. But I don't believe that we should not consume them, because like there's certain people that can't consume. Like there's certain conditions where people can't even consume plants and stuff like that.
Can I show you some pictures of when people say consume, right? When you say consume. You're right, we're consuming them, but I think it's almost a bit of a euphemism because there's a lot more that we do to these animals than consume them, right? So we breed them, we forcibly impregnate them. There's another word for that we use in human to human forcibly impregnating. I won't say that word because it offends people sometimes. But we forcibly impregnate animals. We confine them to cages their entire lives. 95% of the meat that we eat is factory farmed, right? Chickens, pigs, cows are a little bit different because they're bigger animals. But the animals that we typically eat live in cages, no bigger than this. They cannot turn around, they can't move for their whole lives. Then we steal their babies, we kill those babies, we kill them after 6 months. And if I showed you pictures that I have on my phone right now of those conditions, you probably wouldn't be too happy with it. But my argument is, we don't need to do that, right? I may not be the best physical specimen, although I can bike 160 kilometers a lot faster than most people here. But when you look at these bodybuilders, you know the only American bodybuilder in the Olympics is vegan? He's massive. You can get tons of protein. I have lots of buddies that are bodybuilders that are vegan. So, the whole protein myth that we need protein, we do need protein, of course, but we can get it from other sources. It tastes delicious, man. If I had some vegan, food here, my favorite's like Caribbean food, but if I had Indian food or you name it, any food, you love it. You would taste it. It tastes amazing. The question is, why do we choose to torture and kill others in God's name?
They never did that.
We're not killing animals in God's name. We're killing animals.
Yes.
In the name of nutrition, like so, they're not in there like in the name of Allah, and they cut off a chicken's head. They're not doing that. They're just doing it for economic value, for economic increase, right?
Keep a buck for that purpose, so that when
but we're not talking about that. So that's once again, that's the minority. The majority is mass production of food, right? The majority of food is not halal food. It's not kosher food. Majority of food is for mass consumption, right? And that goes back to what I was saying. It's greed, right? So what they do is they do what you say. They impregnate the cows. They force the cows. They steal the chickens. But what that is greed. That's greed, because God teaches us we should only have we should never have more than we need. It's called nutrition. It's nutrition.
So doing that to the animals, confining them and treating them like objects, like pure garbage, picking up a baby piglet by its back legs and smashing its head in front of its mother because it's useless, because it's a runt. That's greed and that's bad. But consuming those animals, that's fine.
Yeah, well, because look, this is sin. That's what goes back to what I was saying. Sin, no worries. Sin is when you slaughter an animal, when you beat it on its head, when you beat your dog, when you whip your dog, right? But the thing is, what if I'm a farmer? What if I'm a farmer, right? And I'm humanely slaughtering my animal. It doesn't hurt. If I cut it, so you telling me if you cut a cow's head off, he feels it?
I wish I had. So we do.
What they show the media.
Well, I'm telling you. Yeah. Well, it's not how, but the reality is that even if you want to get into the welfare discussion about how animals are killed, 95% of animals are brought up or bred and slaughtered in the factory farming system, right? Which what you said is it's designed for the masses. They don't treat animals as individuals. Let me show you how they treat them. That's how pigs grow up. Okay, hold on, take a look. That's how pigs grow up. Okay, that's how they're treated. What does that look like to you? Just bacon. That looks really. So putting a live sentient being that's smarter than a dog, that's has the same cognitive abilities as a 3-year-old child. What would you think was that 3-year-old children in there?
There are 3-year-old children living in those conditions. It's called group homes. It's called orphanages. It's called but look. So this is not your species. So have you adopted a child?
So it's not like they got
right? Because look, you're spending all your time on food. when you could be out helping adopting a child. You could be out helping the homeless. You could be out helping a handicapped person. Like, we have a human condition. We have a bunch of humans that are being treated like that. We have a bunch of humans that are being slaughtered in different climate codes. We have Christians being slaughtered in Arabia. But this is an animal. So shouldn't you worry about yourself first, the human condition, before we go on to the next species, right? Because look, this.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I hear that all the time. People, when they kind of get to a point, when they see stuff like that, and they say, okay, well, shit, why are you worried about pigs? They're just pigs. Or why? Right, so people ask me all the time, well, why don't you focus on humans, right? Why don't you think about humans? Why are you focusing on animals first, right? And I don't see that. I don't say that I'm focusing on animals first, because what a lot of people don't know is that the #1 contributor to climate change, deforestation, ocean pollution, water pollution, the human starvation in the world. Do you know that, listen to this, do you know that we produce more food on this planet for the animals that we breed to eat out of gluttony and out of greed? If we fed that food to other people on the planet, we could feed everybody 3 times over. Corporate greed and profit.
You know where corporate greed and profit comes from? Sin. That's what I'm trying to say. The root problem is sin. And the original premise why you out here, you asked me why I'm out here. Because Jesus Christ came to eradicate sin. So everyone here live like Jesus, because you said that. I think that's food, man. I don't look at a pig and feel emotions for it. Yeah. To an animal, yes, I do. We are at the top of the food chain. There's an order for things. There's an order for things on the world. No, there's God's order. You were created by God. We all here were created by God. And the thing is, no, it's not an opinion, it's the truth. And so there's an order to the world, right? There's an order to how we do things. When you eat, you dispose of your waste. There's an order to things. Well, the thing is, no, I didn't see what that's once again. That's called.